Alrighty, alrighty. I'm gonna try this again. Sometimes I feel like I'm not seeing who's here. So if you could raise your hand if you're sure. If you could find the fairy emoji on your phone and let me know that you have arrived, darling, that you're here. I want to know. Because then I'll start talking. I have a lot to say. I feel like my mind is racing and I'm also nervous to talk about these things because controversy, it makes me nervous saying things out loud that I think to myself. But I feel like these conversations need to be had in the highly sensitive person community. Okay. So the reason why I am calling this hypergamous enslavement and alpha male fairy tale. Okay, let me start off with that. When I watch the hypergamy videos and the alpha male videos, I see people um, reverting back to tradition that they previously have said they did not want, meaning um, a man being the alpha male in the family and the woman being submissive. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that, but I feel like people need to make up their minds. I feel I feel like what has happened is hot. What has happened is that women are seeing that it's not beneficial to our energy, to how we're built to be independent. It's tiring. It's tiring. I've never claimed that I wanted to be a masculine female. And then let me go on top. Let's talk about that as well. I don't I don't feel like women ever said they wanted to be masculine. Okay. Um, I feel like women just did not wanted to stop to not be controlled. And I feel like in breaking free from being controlled, something reared its ugly head, like bitterness, rage, and anger towards men that women have been in personal relationships. And it has affected not only those men, but the like communities of people of fighting for their rights to be heard. And I understand how titration works. You go from one extreme and then you go to the other extreme and then you find the middle. And I feel like maybe hypergamy could be that middle ground. But I also feel like you ladies are asking to be enslaved again. Like, are you asking to be enslaved again to a man who makes more money than you? Because what I'm also learning about men is that I did not learn anything about men when I was growing up. I feel like the baby boomer generation didn't teach us values that would be useful to us in relationships. A lot of baby boomers are narcissists who tried to make up for the love that they didn't get from their parents through their children. You know, we're all quote unquote empaths. I don't feel like being an empath is a badge of honor. I honestly feel like it comes from not being loved, not being seen, not being heard, and so your senses are heightened so that you can survive. I mean, what comes out of that is a quote unquote loving person, but also a person who is very controlling of their environment, has high expectations, unrealistic expectations of other human beings to love and care for them in the same way. But that's another subject. So I feel like men oftentimes get a bad rap as well for what their expectations are of women. But let's talk about like the alpha male fairy tale for a little bit. Like I feel like there's this alpha male fairy tale of this perfectly feminine, submissive woman, and that's the who is also a, a virgin or damn near virgin. I hear men keep talking about a high value man and a high value woman. And so from my personal experience with dating these guys in this generation, um, is that they want you to they criticize a woman for have a fairy tale mindset, but they want you to have that fairy tale mindset because that's how they're able to manipulate you. I feel like there's a lot of rage in that red pill blue pill community because women are smart and aren't dumbing themselves down in order to be in relationships. I feel like men are asking women nowadays to dumb themselves down in order to be in a relationship. And I feel like the answer to that is hypergamy. You know, it's a way to put us back in the place that where they're most comfortable with us. And women are falling for it. I feel like women are falling for this. We need to go be like how we need to go back to the way men wanted us to be so that we can get a man because men are revolting or going their own way, going this way or going that way. But I just feel like it's a bunch of manipulation, both hypergamy and that pill, blue pill community. Because honestly, a relationship isn't built on physical traits or physical assets. Your relationships don't stand a chance if both of you aren't on your purpose. And I don't mean on your purpose just so that you can attract a man or a woman, but on your purpose in connection to your higher self, you know, and that doesn't have a look, age, a size, or a paper trail. Now, granted, a relationship doesn't work without attraction and without stability, finances, and money. That would be a fairy tale to think that you don't need to have those things. But I just feel like the spirituality is being left out of the whole equation. I feel like that's going to be the downfall of our society. It's like taking God out of science or taking God out of every area of our life when God is in everything, you know. And so I also feel like what I was saying before that men get a bad rap from women for being attracted to the things that they're attracted to. I was just thinking about this, how women may feel like men are trying to take something away from us as far as like our empowerment to be who we are. But if men are as simple as everybody says they are, but I mean, a lot of men don't like to be called simple. I will say that men have their way of being and women have their way of being. Then being with a woman who is bigger, who makes more money, who is overpowering or domineering, would put them in the mindset that they're dealing with another man. And it becomes something of a primitive, competitive, animalistic thing. And so to them, a feminine woman is someone who is smaller, who is not dominant, who makes less money, who isn't in competition, like eye to eye with them, trying to take their place. I feel like men are like animalistic when it comes to how they view the world in general. It's like being out in the safari, being out in the wild. And I don't feel like women understand that. At least it has taken me a long time to understand that because my mom, my dad, the baby boomers, they didn't really teach us these things. And I feel like I mean, well, I've studied like ancient sex, ancient prostitution. There was always a school of sex, a school of thought when it comes to the initiation of sexuality with the boys and the girls when they hit puberty. And that's just not happening. And so you have a bunch of bitter people online, like passing on their bitterness or talking to other bitter people about you know, how they've been hurt in relationships and how not to be hurt anymore. But that doesn't create community. It doesn't create mothers and fathers. It doesn't create health and conversation. It pushes people further away from each other. And I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. I feel like there needs to be education, but there doesn't need to be like how to fuck these bitches. I feel like, oh my God. Or how to get a man um to spend his money on how to be a sugar baby. I'm like, ew, no, that's not how anybody wants to be treated. It just creates this combative atmosphere between the sexes. I don't like it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, you know, except for the way men view things is not uh against women. You know, I feel like when, like I was saying before, I don't feel like women are all that educated on the nature of men. And to be quite honest, I don't feel like men are educated on the nature of men either. I don't, and I feel like men don't completely understand why they're angry with women, and I don't think women completely understand why they're angry with men. It's going to take some soul searching, like some asking of questions. It's like, why am I offended by what men want, what men consider feminine, you know? And is that true femininity? And as I listen to people, I'm like, no, that has nothing to do with femininity. It really doesn't. The outward projection onto women, on what a woman is supposed to look like, sound like, be like, is not femininity. Like, I had to teach my little sister that wearing makeup is not necessarily feminine. That doesn't make you feminine. It just doesn't. And I feel like a lot of men have to learn that the hard way. They be like, then they're like, so what do I look for in a woman if that all the girls that are pretty, that are wearing makeup, that are beautiful on the outside, are raging lunatics? So does that mean I need to start dating? I hear guys say I need to start dating uh, uh, bad shaped women or now because the other girls don't treat me correctly, you know? And so what is femininity? Okay. And what is it like to be in a relationship with energies that like complement each other and that aren't one person trying to get something out of the other, manipulate? Because that's all I hear and see is people basically, this is how you manipulate. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. There is a level of silent manipulation. I guess I don't really like people talking about these things out loud. You know how back in the day, it used to be amongst women where we say the man is the head, but the woman turns the neck. Why do we need to say these things and offend people? You know, we do have, as a woman, you do have to use your manipulative skills and not bruise a man's ego in order for him to listen to you, you know. But it's offensive to say that out loud. There just has to be another way. There has to be another. I'm like, no, I just see like a breakdown of communication, a breakdown in the community, and I just don't wish that for us and our children. I want us to enjoy our differences and like love up on our differences instead of hate each other for our differences or use our differences to manipulate each other. I just feel like there has to be another way. Um, hello, whoever's here. I don't know who's here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening. If you don't have anything to say, you know. Mm. So yeah, I would it's understandable that in order for a woman to not read to a man as masculine, for her to be smaller in energy or make less money. I don't know how quite to say that, but it's very animalistic, and it's just something that just clicks in me, you know. And not to say that that's even true, and that's what women be trying to say. It's like, however a woman looks on the outside does not determine her feminine energy. And however a man, just like how, and this is something that women are better at, however a man looks on the outside does not determine his masculine energy. A woman will wait to see what comes out of a man's mouth first before we make a determination of what's going on inside of his energy as far as his confidence and what he's capable of, what's in his mind. And we watch his actions. Um, not all women, some, you know. But I'm not mad at men for the way they're made. And I do feel like women are seeing that, oh shit, we need to go back to how things used to be a little bit, maybe like in the 40s and 50s, because it tears up our feminine energy to be this independent person. Yes, true femininity is all encompassing. It's culture, it's in our language, it's like in us, in our nurturing and nourishing nature. It's not saying gimme, 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 gimme. Um, it's actually more of a what is that? It's like being wrapped in a warm blanket on a cold winter night. You know, I guess it's a knowing, intelligence about your environment, and just kind of like being there for whatever is needed, you know. And when we get forced to focus on our sexual energy all the time, that's not what it means to be a woman. That is not what it means to be a woman. You know, that actually tears up our psychic energy to always have to be like, am I sexy? Am I enough? It's like annoying. It's more of an annoyance and like an antagonization of our energy. And I feel like that's why a lot of women get mad. It's like men get to define what femininity is for us, but if we don't assuage to their alpha male fairy tale, as far as like what a woman is supposed to look like and what a woman is supposed to act like, then it's like we're not a high value woman, when that is just not reality. That's not reality. And so I feel like people are like chasing their tails when it comes to these conversations. It's because you're not really looking at or looking for the right things. You're not really looking for what you say you're looking for. You know, I feel like the alpha male is looking to be worshipped. Is looking to be worshipped. You want a superstar reaction to being a man. You know, you want people to be on your dick. You're not looking for a partner. You're looking for you're looking for, you know, women to want you because apparently you feel undesired. That is my thought about that when I look at these videos. I'm like, oh, these men don't feel like they're good enough, and they're looking for women to validate them. Okay, now I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with validation. There's nothing wrong with being validated, but for who you are, and not necessarily for the image that you're giving off. Because eventually your image, you just living on the outskirts of your life force energy, is going to tear my life apart, because you can't fool the universe. You might be able to fool a woman, you might be able to fool a man, but you can't fool God. You know, so if the energy is not really there, then there's nothing really being built. So basically, in order for you to want to fuck me, I have to look a certain way. Got it. Good. You know, um, but my phone overheated. But anyway, I need to say something. In my all throughout my life, I have Neptune uh and Venus energy connection. And I've always been like a hopeless romantic. I've always been really kind, I've been a sweetheart in all of my relationships, and I've been understanding, and I've been long suffering, and I've been like a really great partner. And my downfall has been um, trying to change people into a better person. Nobody really appreciates that or likes that. I understand that now. All right. I can't even see myself. I don't even know if you guys can see me. I don't see anything. I had to switch phones. Camera. Um, but anyway, what I was about to say is that my feelings are hurt because I feel like I've given like the best parts of myself, the goodness, the love, the kindness, the support in relationships. And I've just been looked at like a big ass, like I have ass. And guys have paraded me around to their boys. And I didn't even, when I was younger, I was oblivious. I didn't even know that that's what was going on. You know, I didn't know. And so when it finally hit me that my body was like the main attraction in my relationships, that shit hurt my feelings. It hurt me. And I feel like I'm still recovering from that realization and trying to make peace with it. And I don't really quite know where to place it, you know? Because I've always like guys, I've been in a relationship for their mind, from who they are, for how God has made them. And I know that's probably my Pisces and the seventh house energy, and also my Neptune conjunct Venus. I have that energy in my chart twice, where I just have a really high ideal of love, or a godly ideal and connection to love. Yeah. I feel like I have more to say, but I want to fix this connection. Hold on.